The Mumbai sun, a molten disk, poured through the wrought iron balcony, painting stripes across Ahan's polished marble floor. He watched Gul, a whisper of motion, as she gathered the discarded newspapers from the antique teak coffee table. Her sari, a simple cotton print today, clung to her slender frame, outlining the curve of her back as she bent. 18 years, a mere breath, yet she moved with the grace of a seasoned dancer, each gesture economical, precise. His gaze, a familiar weight, traced the line of her neck, the delicate curve of her jaw, before she straightened. "The breakfast plates, sir?" Her voice, soft as a monsoon drizzle, barely disturbed the quiet hum of the air conditioner. She turned, her eyes, the color of rich earth, met his for a fleeting second before dipping. Ahan's breath hitched, a familiar tightening in his chest. "Leave them," he managed, the words rougher than intended. I'll take care of it." A faint frown, a ripple across her smooth brow, flickered. "But, sir, that is my work." She gestured towards the dining table, laden with the remains of his solitary breakfast. A half-eaten toast, a smear of jam. "No," he pushed away from the plush armchair, the leather groaning softly in protest. "Not today." He walked towards her, the scent of her, a faint mix of jasmine and fresh laundry, filling his senses. "I want you to sit. Have some tea." Her head tilted, confusion clouding her features. "Sir? Please." He extended a hand, palm open, towards the empty chair opposite his at the dining table. "As my guest." Gul's eyes widened, a flicker of apprehension in their depths. She glanced at the door leading to the kitchen, then back at him. Her fingers, stained faintly with turmeric from the morning's cooking, twisted the edge of her sari. I have much work. The work can wait." His voice softened, a desperate plea threaded through it. "Just for a moment. Please." She hesitated, her gaze dropping to the floor. The silence stretched, punctuated only by the distant honk of a taxi on the street below. Finally, with a sigh that barely stirred the air, she moved. Her footsteps were light, hesitant, as she approached the chair. She perched on the very edge, her posture rigid, hands clasped in her lap. He poured her tea, the clink of the porcelain cup against the saucer loud in the sudden stillness. He added a generous dollop of milk, a spoonful of sugar, just as he knew she liked it. He pushed the cup across the polished wood towards her. "Thank you, sir." She lifted the cup, her fingers brushing the warm ceramic, but she didn't drink. Her eyes, watchful, darted around the opulent room. "Is something wrong?" He leaned forward, his voice a low murmur. She shook her head, a slight tremor in the movement. "No, sir. It is just unusual." "Unusual?" He chuckled, a dry sound. "Perhaps. But not unwelcome, I hope?" Her gaze met his again, a brief, intense connection. "I am your servant, sir." "I do not expect," she.
"I mean, Gul," he began, his voice dropping to a low, earnest tone, "that I see you. Not as a servant. Not as someone beneath me. I see you as Gul. And I find myself drawn to you. Irrepressibly." He reached out, slowly, tentatively, and his fingers brushed against the soft cotton of her sari sleeve. She didn't pull away this time. Her breath hitched, and her eyes, dark and luminous, met his. In their depths, he saw a flicker of something he hadn't dared hope for, a nascent spark of curiosity, a faint echo of his own longing. "Sir," she whispered, her voice barely audible. You cannot." "Cannot what?" He leaned closer, his gaze locked on hers. "Cannot feel what I feel? Cannot want what I want?" She shook her head, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek. "It is impossible." "Why is it impossible?" He pressed, his thumb gently caressing the fabric of her sleeve. "Because of what others will say. Because of rules that don't matter to us? My family." Her voice was a broken murmur. "My reputation. I will protect you, Gul." His voice was fierce, resolute. I will make sure no harm comes to your reputation. To your family. I will speak to them. I will explain. I will make them understand. Her eyes, glistening with tears, searched his face. You would do that? I would do anything. He confessed, his voice thick with emotion. Anything for you. He lifted his hand, cupping her cheek, his thumb gently wiping away the tear. Her skin was soft, warm beneath his touch. She leaned into it, a barely perceptible movement, but it was enough. A faint blush spread across her cheeks, and a shy, tentative smile touched the corners of her lips. Ahan, she whispered his name, the sound a revelation. He felt a tremor run through him at the sound of his name on her lips. Ghoul. He leaned in, his gaze dropping to her mouth. May I? Her eyes fluttered.